pulling out my phone immediately afterwards and then recording, I don't know if that's how I would operate, or I don't know if that's how anybody will logically operate. Now, in hindsight, you could probably see, oh yeah, I take my phone, but in the moment, I don't think anybody who knew they were doing nothing wrong in that situation will automatically go for the phone instead of.
Well, that's the whole point, bro. He had to choose between. See, it was a lose lose situation. I'm gonna tell you why it was a lose lose situation. Either he comforted her and asked her why she was crying, and then she goes on the news and she goes air it out and said that, oh, he did this, and then try to comfort me and ask me why I was crying. It's like, bro, you know why I'm crying. Or is it he takes his phone off and record because he doesn't want to get caught in this crazy ass shit that he's obviously caught in? And niggas like you don't make it no better.
I was sexually assaulted at a party, a stream reward party. And not only that, it's by somebody that you guys love, and I'm tired, bro.
Tylil has always exuded scaring off the hoes energy.
You know what, this is crazy? Off the rip, the reason why this is crazy is because like not even 3 seconds in the video, she's already, claiming she's got SA'd by somebody we really love. And not only that, but she started getting emotional. And with that already is gonna cause a lot of people to be pissed towards Tylil.
But I think anyone would be lying if they said that they expected to wake up one day and hear Jordan Pauline accuse Tylil of full-out grape.
I'm tired, guys. I'm tired, guys. Like, literally. People are evil and malicious. And, like, people think they can do anything.
This is and one thing is, you guys can be taking everything that you believe on the internet and running with it. She's crying, right? But she's not even in front of the camera crying, so you don't even see tears. The only thing you hear is sniffling. So what if she just like fake over there crying and just sniffling just to try to get you to react to this video? This is why I said you cannot just be out here moving walkie, because this type of shit will happen, especially with females who are just like sue happy. People are very sue happy nowadays, bro. I'm trying to tell you, bro. Man, and crazy because this situation right here, it doesn't even have to be another situation. This situation, let alone, could have ruined this whole man's career. Could have put this man behind bars, man. And this is something we don't play with. Like, I feel like you shouldn't really play with, sexual assault allegations, because that's horrible, bro. Playing with that. That's putting somebody's whole life at jeopardy.
Like, anything. I'm literally like so disappointed in people because I think people are good people, and I always give people the benefit of the doubt. And they're evil. They're evil, bro. And I'm done streaming. I'm done doing this shit, bro. And this is gonna be my last stream.
Way too early to make a determination on whether or not Tylil is guilty or whether or not this chick is lying. It's way too early. And if you've already made up your mind, then you're probably somebody who already have implicit biases towards either Tylil or towards this girl. I'm not going to say she's lying, and I'm not going to say Tylil is guilty. But what I would say is Tylil has a lot working against them. There not being a clear-cut reason why this chick would want to lie on Tylil works against Tylil.
No, it does. It does not. Just because it's not a clear cut reason. The simple fact that this allegation has just been thrown on this man out of nowhere. The simple fact that she said that she got SA'd by this man, but when she said she got SA, she didn't show any proof. She didn't have any scars, any marks, any like videos. Like that one video that I seen, I didn't see no scars, no marks, no video proof of he was texting her in her inbox telling her all these sexual things, or hitting that he could have been sexually active with her. Bro, this sounds like false news, man.
Because you can always go with she's embarrassed, she regrets it the next day, so that's why she's now screaming SA or grape. Yeah, but when you really look at the situation and you truly look at it and examine it, there's no clear-cut reason. Like, you can't go with the clout chasing angle because this chick was famous before Tylil. she's probably more famous than Tylil. She just had a top 40 hit. This
Just because she has a top 40 hit doesn't mean anything. Dog, sometimes what you be saying be making people look totally worse than what it is. Like, yeah, I understand she do have a top 40 hit. Now, I understand that people probably know her more than they know Tylil, right? I get that. I get what you're saying. But the simple fact that she's coming out and throwing these allegations at somebody with no proof, that's the issue. This issue is career ending. This is the type of shit, people get hurt over. In fact, some people will get killed over. So I'm just saying, bro, this is a no go. Like, we can't be letting this happen, especially to innocent men, bro. Enough with this shit, bro.
chick is not like a cloud chaser. She's not, a chick looking for clout or fame off this situation. So when you take that out the picture, what other reasons would she have to lie on Tylil outside of maybe she regrets it? But even that isn't really a strong alibi in this situation. Even when looking at the possibility that she may be lying because she regrets it or was embarrassed that she slept with Tylil and regretted it afterwards because he has a girlfriend, even when you look at that situation, wouldn't the logical thing be not to say anything if she was truly embarrassed and she wasn't great? Like, if she was embarrassed,
No, because if it would have came out that if it would have came out that she slept with Tylil, that would have been very bad PR for her, knowing that Tylil is in a relationship with a female and she's on her music tour and she's not trying to have that drama on her name and she's not trying to be looked at like a disgusting person. So of course I could see females do this type of shit all the time. I don't understand why you can't believe this shit will happen. Females do this type of shit all the time. I'm not saying it's like, you know, every female is gonna do it, but the simple fact that she's saying all this stuff and she has no proof, she doesn't have any scars, she doesn't have any text messages of him talking sexual. She might have had a few call logs, but what, like, who knows what that could have been, bro? Just because somebody called you and you, like, you got a call from them and you called them back and you got a couple missed calls doesn't mean anything. That doesn't mean anything.
of this, then what's more embarrassing than telling the entire world that you did this, right? Because she could have kept it private, which is her and Tylil. Nobody else would have known that she slept with somebody who had a girlfriend. So when you trace down that logic, it still really don't work here.
Yes, it would, bro, because thing about it is it's something about a man when he, is in a relationship with a female and but it comes a time when you got to tell the truth and you realize that you got to be truthful 100%, especially if that's somebody you could potentially see yourself being with. And then also it could have been like you said, it could have been embarrassment on her hand, her not knowing Tyler was in a relationship and then they slept together and then she ended up finding out Tyler was in a relationship after. Now she's trying to throw smut on his name. Like, I don't know, man. I feel like everybody's jumping the fence and try to, throw dirt on somebody's name with no proof.
Right? It still makes no sense. It still really doesn't lead or prove that she lied. Honestly, every which way you go, it kind of looked really bad for Tylil. And the only reason why a lot of us is still leaving some hope or some doubt here is because people are innocent until proven guilty. And until Tylil comes out and tell his side of the story, I'm not just going to automatically say he's guilty. But it's looking really bad here.
Because people are people. And it's always going to be sides being chosen on. And I'm tired. I'm literally tired, you guys. I don't deserve being treated like I'm nothing. And I'm really like trying my best to not be, like, I want to save people in their careers and shit, and like, but what about me? Like, what about my feelings? What about how I feel? You know? And not everyone is your friend. And you guys love these people so much. You guys love these people so much. And as a woman, you always get exiled. And it doesn't matter how I dress, you guys. You guys know I'm asexual.
This situation is heated.
But that's the whole point. She said, my first time I went to the Clover House, the very first thing Tylil said to me was, do you want to fuck? If you don't want to fuck, there is no reason for us to talk. He also refers to women they cast as goopies to their face, which is highly disrespectful People want to believe what they want because of how people portray themselves online. But I know how he is in real life. I pray you get justice you deserve. He made a speech saying, "Toast to you. Know what happens when we get the ladies drunk." Something like that. I was like, oh my gosh, what is he? Did he? This is the whole point. And this is the reason why I want to call this kind of like cap, right? It's cap, and then also if it isn't cap, you put yourself in a very bad situation, a very dangerous situation if this was even possibly true. The reason why I'm gonna call this cap was because if he told you or if he came at you like that at the beginning when you first got there, and you're saying that you didn't want to do this, why didn't you leave? Why stay? If a dude come at you the first not even 10 minutes when you get in the house and he comes to you and say, "Do you want to fuck?" If you don't, there's no reason for us to talk. What the fuck you think what you think real ladies is going to do? They're going to leave. One, that's highly disrespectful, and she ain't gonna look at you and be like, "That's attractive." Hell no, that's like fucking disrespectful as fuck. So that's why I'm like, this is the cap shit, bro. This is cap, bro. And I understand we want to be biased and we want to be like, okay, we want to pick and choose sides because we want to, remain even with both sides and we don't want to one side looking at it sideways. No, bro, this is cap, bro. If all of this stuff happened the way she said it, and she was like, I was like, oh my gosh, what is he? Did he? If she really felt that like that, why didn't she leave? That is the issue. That is the issue. That's the question that nobody really asking. If a female feels that disrespected, why didn't she just got up and say, fuck this, fuck y'all, I'm leaving? Man, tell me 1 + 1 = 2, right? Shit, crazy, man.
No, bro. They got an entire Diddy Rico against Tylil.
Then this fool right here, this is what pisses me off about people that review or go over these videos. They will go over this shit just like my boy Flacco, but he will choose not to really point out the simple fact that she had an option to leave when she got this message. Why did she stay? Why? What, her driver was there? She's like you said, if she's more famous than Tylil, why didn't she just get an Uber, or why did she just get a why did she get a cab, or she probably has a driver, so why did she just call her driver to come and get her? Bro, there's plenty of ways she could have got up out of there, bro, if she felt that disrespected, bro. And then the simple fact that she edited the message, come on, bro. Come on, bro.
In the Clover Boys, bro. Messages are surfacing from women who are claiming that they suffered similar experiences as Jordan Pauline at the Clover House. One woman says, "My first time I went to the Clover House, the very first thing Tylil said to me was, 'Do you want to F? If you don't want to F, there's no reason for us to talk.'" He also
This is what I'm saying. This is the cap, bro. If somebody came at you within the first 10 seconds, 10 minutes or whatever, when you get out there, there's no need to, bro, you would have left. Why stay and then edit it? Come on, bro. No, what you're trying to do is jump on that bandwagon. That oh, it happened to me too type shit. Bro, come on, stop playing.
They cast as groupies
and y'all very bold for doing some shit like this, knowing you fucking plain face lying.
Highly disrespectful. People want to believe what they want because of how people portray themselves online. But I know how he is in real life. I pray you get the justice you deserve. He made speech saying, "Toast to you. Toast to you know what happens when we get the ladies drunk." Something like that. I was like, oh my God, what is he? Did he?
This stuff sounds fake because she didn't do, like, that's why I said the evidence. She didn't do any precautions to pretty much factor in, like, okay, did he do it or did he not do it? She just went on and said he did it. And it was all just to ruin this man's image. And it's crazy because his image would have been ruined if he would have never responded. But he can't respond. He cannot let this go on and not respond. This is crazy. This is some wild allegations, especially if he did do it. Like I was saying earlier, why waste your time doing all of this? Why not go to the police? Where's the evidence? You didn't take the picture of the phone when it was broken. You didn't, file no police report. You didn't do anything. Anything. And you just want us to believe you got raped? I can't do, bro. I can't. I can't, bro. I can't. Maybe to somebody who's young enough to and naive enough to believe this shit. But nah, man, I'm too old, man. I can't. I can't.
An incident, you can do a kit, but the police should already have a police report on their lap right now while you're telling this story to the internet.
And I'm so tired of this streaming shit, and I'm done, bro. He taped me. The reason why he stopped anyway is because I started boohoo crying, you guys. I was crying, and he taped me as I'm crying like this. He was like, "Why are you crying?" And I'm like, "Because like I didn't want to And he's like, "Oh well, I'm gonna talk to you again." I'm like, I don't care if you talk to me again. It doesn't matter if you talk to me again. It's the simple fact of like me not wanting to even go down that route because you have a fucking girlfriend.
I've had my fair share of women.
See, now we get into the nitty gritty. You heard that. Now we get into the nitty gritty. Like I said, they both got drunk. They had sexual intercourse. And she's regretting the situation because he has a girlfriend. She says it out of his own mouth. She didn't want to go down his route because he has a girlfriend. Now, if you didn't want to do it, then why did you do it? There's no need to put extra sauce on this man's name and do all this shit just because you felt some type of way. And if you really felt some type of way, there's a couple of things you could have did to make your situation a lot more believable, which you didn't. And you got a lot of these goofies out here running with it because they like the way you look. Let's keep it a beam. A lot of these niggas is simps. They think you sexy, so they gonna run with it. But you can't be blinded to this shit, bro. This shit is crazy.
Share of relations, all consensual, 0% forceful. I've never even had an allegation. I don't play like that. I just don't see a parallel line between consensual relations and boohoo crying. It don't start off.
Bro, what it was they probably this I'm telling you exactly how it goes. They both got drunk and they both consented to having sex with each other. I'm telling you. And what happened was while she was doing it, she felt hella crazy because she was fucking on a dude that had a girlfriend and she wanted to make him feel guilty. That's all it was, bro. That's all it was. That's all it was, bro. It had nothing to do with because if she's saying that he raped her, then why isn't she telling the story about what happened before they even got to that area? Like, how did he rape you? Did he force himself on you? Like, how did this happen? How? This doesn't make any sense.
As consensual, and then leads directly midway through to boohoo crying in agony for it to stop. Usually, it starts off as non-consensual, and things just escalate as it progresses. And all
Facts, and that's what I'm saying. Like usually it starts off as you didn't want to do it, so you wasn't trying to do it, and he took it anyway. But you're saying that you just cut straight into the part where y'all already in the middle of doing it, and you crying. Like how like we're missing a whole gap of time here. Like what the fuck happened to get you guys to that point? You just like come on, man.
release the boohoo crying stop. This looks bad on Tylil part. This is
No, it doesn't. This looked bad on her part. And I'm going to tell you why. It's because a whole gap of time is missing where she's not explaining what happened to get them to that point. What happened? How did y'all get to that point? We missing that point. Come on.
this is horrible. Now, apparently, Tylil recorded some of the interaction according to her because she got some of those videos, I guess, sent to her, or she heard some audio of herself or some video of herself. Because according to her, Tylil and others were threatening her to release this if she ever came out against Tylil. Now, the pulling out the phone to record midway through, that's also sketchy to me. But because we're in crazy times, I can't look too deep into this. But if a girl who I knew, I was having consensual relationships with, began to cry midway through, I will stop and console her to figure out like what's going on. Pulling out my phone immediately afterwards and then recording, I don't know if that's how I would operate, or I don't know if that's how anybody will logically operate. Now, in hindsight, you could probably see, oh yeah, I'll take my phone, but in the moment, I don't think anybody who knew they were doing nothing wrong in that situation will automatically go for the phone instead of.
Well, that's the whole point, bro. He had to choose between. See, it was a lose-lose situation. I'm gonna tell you why it was a lose-lose situation. Either he comforted her and asked her why she was crying, and then she goes on the news and she goes air it out and said that, oh, he did this, and then try to comfort me and ask me why I was crying. It's like, bro, you know why I'm crying. Or is it he takes his phone off and record because he doesn't want to get caught in this crazy ass shit that he's obviously caught in? And niggas like you don't make it no better.
This isn't the first time I've been assaulted, but this is the first time I've been assaulted by someone popular and famous, I guess. And they think I'm not going to say anything because of who they are.
Bro, and then that's the whole point again, like the looking around like the room while talking, bro. Like this is just another form of dishonesty. Like usually when somebody's telling the truth, they looking dead into the camera because why? They trying to capture you in the moment. They want you to believe the story they're telling. She's just looking everywhere like she's thinking of something else to say before she say it. Like, I don't know why this happened, but if it did happen, yeah, it wasn't me because I didn't agree to it. No, bro, what the fuck happened? You saying that he did this, but how did y'all get to the point of y'all being in the bed together? How did that happen? That's the issue. That's what we're missing. And see, I think you're hiding that because you know deep within y'all both agreed.
But like I said, this is somebody you guys support. I hate men. I'm technically going to become. Y'all thought I was asexual before. I'm completely. I hate men. Look at all these no color IDs.
He later confirmed it was Tylil, but in the moment.
But the whole point was, it's not right because she is scooting up and only showed the part where it was like he called her and she didn't answer and then she called him back. Bro, yeah, both was calling each other back and forth, bro. That's all that come on, bro. Let's not make it seem more deeper than what it is.
Her showing the call logs of him calling her multiple times and Debbie getting to call her off of blocked numbers. That was the confirmation that she was talking about him specifically. Now, she can go on to say right now she's taking her time in terms of fully diving deep into it because Tylil and others are currently trying to blackmail her.
I already know. If you already know, y'all can say it in the chat, but I'm not going to say it out of my mouth because they're trying to blackmail me and shit already. Like, I don't have time for it. Like, that's why I said I'm done with the streaming shit because I'm thinking collab streams is going to...
The whole point is, how can somebody blackmail you if this happened? Why didn't you just go to the cops? This is the issue that we're having. Is that she's like spilling a lot of this spill, and if this did happen, why is she going to the cops? She's saying all this happened. Like, how is, like, what are you gonna say? What? Oh, I don't want to get another black man locked up, bro. If he's out here committing these horrendous crimes, get him off the streets. The fuck? You just let this shit happen, and now you want to come out and tell the world that you like this happened to you, but you don't want to tell the law what happened? Come on, man. Come on.
The internet at this point is 50-50.
It says bullying and condemning somebody for speaking their truth and sharing their personal human experience is never acceptable. We must remember that. Even if the person involved is someone we love, every individual deserves respect and compassion. I am a woman who deserves to be treated with dignity, and I do not deserve hateful comments or mean words simply for sharing my truths. It's important to understand that I have no ulterior motives. I'm not seeking clout or attention. I am simply sharing my own experience, which is deeply personal and traumatic. In this moment, I ask for grace and understanding, not just for myself, but for all survivors who come forward. By speaking out, I hope to raise awareness and encourage others to consider the impact of their words and actions. Let us work together to create a supportive environment where everyone can feel safe and respected, and where the truth is met with compassion rather than condemnation. Uh, uh,
And both sides have been getting
this is this is crazy because, like, if you're gonna speak out for all survivors, then you should have went to the police for all survivors and been like, I'm doing this for survivor. I'm getting somebody off the streets for all survivors. Why? Because I don't want this happening to the next lady. By saying you just speaking your truth, but letting this person walk freely among everybody else, if he possibly could be a predator, is wild and a crazy take.
a little hate. So Jordan Pauline would take to her Instagram story to speak out to the people who don't believe her, and she would write, bullying and condemning someone for speaking their truth and sharing their personal human experience is never acceptable. We must remember that, even if the person involved is someone we love, every individual deserves respect and compassion. I am a woman who deserves to be treated with dignity, and I do not deserve hateful comments or mean words simply for sharing my truth. It's important to understand that I have no ulterior motives. I'm not seeking clout or attention. I am simply sharing my own experience, which is deeply personal and traumatic. In this moment, I ask for grace and understanding, not just for myself, but for all survivors who come forward. But speaking out, I hope to raise awareness and encourage others to consider the impact of their words and actions. Let us work together to create a supportive environment where everyone can feel safe and respected, and where the truth is met with compassion rather than condemnation. She would continue and she would write, I would not be bullied. I'm standing up for myself and for every woman that has been assaulted. Protect women. The first
That's crazy, but that's a crazy take, bro. That's a crazy take.
thing that kept playing in the back of my mind when I first heard about the situation was the situation with Tylil's sister. When I first heard Jordan Pauline accuse Tylil of doing this, I just kept on playing.
Bro, like that. See, and this is another thing. This is why I said that, bro. You literally be throwing salt on the wound because you're bringing up a whole situation that has nothing to do with this situation, but bringing it up, but then saying that you're cool with Tylil and saying that you're not blaming him or saying that he's not. I didn't say he was guilty, but his sister did the same thing. But I'm not saying anything. Bro, you are saying anything. This is another form of niggas throwing rocks but ducking their tail. Bro, just come out and say, yeah, I believe he did it. Just say it, bro. You don't gotta do all this other extra bullshit knowing damn well you feel this way.
Back what Tylil's sister did in front of everybody to see. The actor from Power, Michael Rainey Jr.,
Crazy,
he came on
bro.
Tylil's stream, and while he was on stream, Tylil's sister came into the room and began to grab on his junk. Like, she literally began to squeeze it, like trying to seduce him in his ear. Like, everybody is watching this, and he looks completely uncomfortable.
Has worked a job, has more than $1 million. Y'all have never worked, y'all have never did nothing. Y'all literally have 5 minutes of max in here. Then y'all gotta get out, okay?
5 minutes? You know how much 5 minutes is?
Okay. Yeah. No, they've never worked. They've never worked a job.
The crazy part about it is, Tylil, you got your dad and you in the same room. Y'all should have corrected your sister when y'all seen this, bro. Especially when you seen him looking very uncomfortable. There's no way you seen Joe. There's no way you could say your sister came in the room and did all this and you did not see it or you did not catch it, bro. It's right there in front of your face, bro. And he's literally getting essayed right there. And not only that, but people that are chatting in the comments are going to say it in the comments. This is fucking bad looking for you. See, like, but how? See, that's what I'm saying. So how he didn't see it, but he seen it. See, this shit just don't make sense. And he's looking at the camera now because he know he's seen this shit, bro. Shit is just wild, bro. Come on, bro.
That situation to me is
Come on, bro.
just
What happened?
Her doing that for the world to see, in front of everybody to see, not giving a damn, not caring. that tells me that she thinks that behavior is acceptable. Because obviously, if she thought that she was doing anything wrong, anything criminal, anything morally wrong, she wouldn't have done it in front of everybody to see. She did it because in her mind, what she was doing.
But Flacco, you putting this video in here has no, like, her situation is different from his situation, right? Her situation, okay, we're blind on camera. He's sober. She probably was drinking a little bit, so she feeling herself, and she came and did it. Jordan Pauline is saying that they both had sexual interactions and she did not approve. So it's a big difference. I get what you're trying to say. Is essay is essay. Yes, that is, but there's a bigger point at there, right? She's trying to say that she's been actually sexually assaulted, like the worst part of the sexually assaulted, and that's the issue that we have.
Doing was not a crime. It was not wrong. It was okay, and it was content and entertaining. And if that's her mindset, then that tells me, okay, what's going on in that household? What took place to where she believes that her behavior is acceptable? Now, it's one thing if she's doing the action and she knows the action is wrong, but she's still doing it. Perpetrator, criminal, nasty human being. She's still all of that, but she's also somebody who don't quite understand what she's doing is wrong. To me, like, that shows there's an issue with how she was raised in. Now,
no, 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 no. Now, I do believe that, that it probably didn't get the, I don't know. I just that's a wild take, man. Because then that's just like, when I'm trying to say no is because what he's trying to implicate is that if she did it, then that means that he possibly did it because it runs in a family. And that's a wild take, bro. And that's like, we can't be, throwing those assumptions out there, bro. Like throwing those crazy ass takes, bro. There's no way in the world she gassed y'all niggas up like this to have y'all really feeling like this nigga did it with no proof, with no fucking, with zero proof. That's like if a female came out here and said, you did it, you did some shit like this. Now we supposed to believe her? Okay, we're gonna believe the next female that come out here and said you did some shit to her with zero proof. It's crazy.
Tylil coming from the same home and also having accusations of his own, to me, is more than just a coincidence. Even Tylil's response to this situation, to me, was disappointing. His initial response, he ain't really chastised his sister. He didn't really condemn her. He ain't really provide any type of concrete resolution. He just kind of spoke about how he was pissed that they walked off, and he didn't really like that.
Word of my mother, I'm trying to literally ignore this, but I'm getting texts. The energy shifted and it's got it left. Like, all that really made me, like, all those sides really made me feel away. Because when people come, this is your crib. It's about hospitality. That means everything. Stop telling me to ignore it, because I was trying to ignore it. Y'all was spamming it. That's really got me really feeling away, because, bro, I be around celebrities all day. You feel what I'm saying? Like, even when I first started being on my first few celebrities, don't get me wrong, I do unusual. No homo. Like, nothing crazy. Like, I'd be like, yo, like, I be trying to record a video, a picture, whatever. But due time, you feel what I'm saying? That don't really nothing. We all equal, we all the same. But she never seen somebody that caliber, so she thought, you feel what I'm saying? And that's my sister, so, like, I'm not gonna say nothing bad about her. I'm gonna just check and tell her, like, you don't gotta be on it. We all the same, we all human. If he's here for me, he's here for you. Family Sunday dinner shit every Sunday. You feel what I'm saying? I got people telling me, you gotta be aware of who you have around when these things come. Why should I?
See, this and this is the issue. The issue is how he came at this situation is correct. He said that he chastised his sister off camera. What did you expect, this nigga to get on camera and bash his sister in front of millions of people? Like, y'all be having some wild ass takes. Like, so if my sister did this type of shit, I'm supposed to get up on in front of a bunch of niggas and females I don't know and bash her and call her all types of names and say this is why I can't fuck with her. No, bro, come on, bro. This is why I said, bro, this shit is a crazy ass take. The way y'all be throwing these narratives out here is crazy, bro. And like sometimes I understand them, but a lot of times I don't. Yes, I understand he's supposed to be mad at his sister. Yes, but that's a beef between him and his sister, not him and the whole fucking internet and his sister. Fuck out of here, bro.
We all equal. You feel what I'm saying? It's gonna be, as we all got a mutual agreement, and it's about respect. Shit got me dumb mad, bro. Like, we're on real shit. Nothing ever got me more mad than this, bro.
And all the way make an excuse for her because he did say like what she did made him mad, but I guess people wanted him to go a little further. Now with Michael Rain,
You did too. Like it's not people want him to go a little bit further. People wanted him to disrespect his sister live on internet, call her all types of names, said she dirty, she's foul, she's vile for this incident right here. Like obviously he's telling you she's never been in front of a celebrity, which is probably true. This like bro, do you understand? You should understand, bro. That's like you bringing your family around that never been around people that they can only see on TV. Imagine how they gonna act. Shit.
he responded back to the accusation and made it perfectly.
And I'm not making an excuse for him. I'm not saying this is right. What I'm saying is he checked his sister off camera because Tylil said me and my sister had a conversation off camera. And they had a conversation, he checked her. So that was between them two. That's not between them two and the whole internet. That means that that's not between him to go tell what he told to his sister in front of millions of people. Nah, that's not right.
Clear he didn't like what was going on, and there was even rumors that he was actually going to sue. That kind of made Tylil tap into his PR bag and release a full statement condemning his sister completely. Michael Rainey took to Instagram and he says, at this point, everyone has seen a video circulating online. I am still in shock and didn't fully know how the process will happen tonight. This is an unfortunate situation that I do not condone in any way. I can't take it lightly because I know I will be in serious trouble if the roles were reversed. The fact is, SA is never okay, regardless of gender or status. We're all human and we should respect each other. Most importantly, we should respect ourselves. Tylil responded, after the actions that occurred during my stream last night, I would like to sincerely apologize to Michael and his family for what took place. My little sister was completely wrong and out of line. What she did was very inappropriate and unacceptable. I am truly embarrassed and disgusted by her actions. I completely respect whatever direction Michael wants to go in this situation. After watching the clip, I was completely taken back by what she done. I will take extreme precautions with future streams to avoid similar issues and have banned her from participating in future streams. I do not condone any type of... That right there was actually Tylil's first viral stream. So even with this situation, it's kind of like, bro,
It's a huge difference, Flacco, and I just broke it down why it's a huge difference. I'm not gonna go over it again, but it's a huge difference, bro. And we can go yay for nay, nay for yay, but it's a huge difference. We can't bring this situation into a situation where he's been accused of the worst of the essay.
this has been a recurring thing for you. If this situation is even remotely true, if there's even a shred, an ounce of truthness to what Jordan Pauline says, I don't see Tylil bouncing back from me.
Hell no.
Twitch coming down and taking swift actions against him.
Hell
It's
yeah.
gonna be really dark. Now, other famous streamers or other popular streamers on Twitch, they're reacting to this, and I'll be real, I haven't really seen anybody come out to the defense of Tylil. I think I've seen Asmongold, he reacted to this on stream, and he believes that Tylil is 100% guilty.
I already know. You already know y'all can say it in the chat, but I'm not going to say it. I'm not.
Is everybody? Oh no!
Because
This is what happens. Like it happens to.
What's good? What's good? What's good?
Like we all know this, but some people on Twitter forget that I'm actually the most pro-female and most feminist streamer out there. And the truth is that whenever I hear a woman that hates men, generally, if you listen to her about why, it makes sense.
Asmongold already has.
Yeah, but then also like you just basically brung on a whole fucking person who says that he's all for women, which means that majority of time when it's a woman making a statement about a man, he's going to agree with it because it makes sense in his head. Bro, like the worst of the worst, the worst of the worst type of fucking people you can bring up to back up your shit. It's diabolical, bro. Like it's not helping your case. It's not helping you get your point across. It's just making you look more wilder. Yeah, I do get it. You know, I have nothing. Asmongold is a great streamer, you know. But in this situation, particularly here, the difference is Duh. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Where's the proof? That's the issue. We have all these statements going on, but we have no proof. We have no evidence. We have no pictures. We have no statements to the cops. We have only her word and her word only. This happened to her, but yet she's not willing to go to the cops and let them know what's happening. She didn't take any legal actions, but she's speaking for all survivors. Shit is crazy.
Of not really liking the WL community, not really rocking with Kai Cenat or Tylil or others or DDG. But you do have to give him some credit for having a really large community that encompasses a lot of different other communities. And when he is taking a stance of she's telling the truth, I believe her, he did it, bruh, your name has essentially hit the dirt. Like, your name is now synonymous with these things. And he very well may be innocent. We'll wait for him to respond back. But you can't keep having these accusations attached to your name, man. Which is why, I work so hard. Whenever somebody even play around with that around me, bro, we come with the internet and we crash, bro. We crash.
Yeah, see, and then that's there you go. You're saying that if this happened to you, you was gonna come to the internet and you was gonna crash out. Yeah, but the simple fact that it possibly can happen to you. Now I want you to understand this. If this situation does happen to you, do you want people to react the same way that you're reacting? Bringing up old videos of you when you were at your lowest point. That is crazy, bro. That is crazy. And I'm not saying that Tylil was at his lowest point in that video, but that was not a bad look, especially when you're putting these two videos together and these two videos have nothing to do with each other. One is, something happened on stream that shouldn't have happened. I took actions. I talked to my sister behind the stream. Me and the person that happened to, we talked behind the stream. We chopped it up. So we did that issue. This situation is he's being accused of the worst of the worst. And you're sitting up here, you're throwing salt on the wound, man.
You can't let accusations like this stick to your name, bro, at all. Trust me. People try to lie on me with these accusations. Somebody found paperwork with the same last name as me. It was a family member of mine. They try to say it was my paperwork. I came online and I went at those accusations and
That's funny, because now you said that. Now what if some allegation came out to you, somebody brung up your family allegations and said that, well, if your family member did it, then possibly Flacco could have possibly did it. That's a wild take, right? But you sitting up here, the same wild take that you're feeling a certain type of way against is the same wild take you're throwing on somebody else.
I attacked it. Bro, listen, bro. I even went to go find my family member's mugshot to prove this is not my paperwork. I've never gotten arrested for nothing weird. Never. But that's because of how important that was to me to show people, no, you would never put these accusations on my name. Not happening. With Tylil, bro, right? Bro, you not responding back fast enough. Now the accusations that made his way.
But then no, it doesn't, because him responding too fast could have. This is where it's kind of like a line in the road, right? There's a line right there in the middle of the road, right? Do I respond now? On the other lines, do I respond now? I'm hot. I'm mad. I got these accusations coming at me. I can't think. I know if I respond right now, I'm going to blow up and say some shit that I'm not going to forgive myself for. Or do I take some time, think about this, and respond more accordingly, more properly? Respond with a clear mind. Respond with some thought into it, not to where I'm just throwing out shit to where it's just making me look bad, but respond with proof. And sometimes we don't be thinking, we just be saying anything.
To other parts of the internet, man, and now they just look at you as a creep and a weirdo.
It does. It makes sense. Like, yeah, I could see that. Sure, I can see why you'd feel that way. A lot of guys, you know, it's like this is a guy, like, a lot of these things, like, you know, especially like music, it's young guys that get a lot of power and money. And a lot of young guys don't know how to handle that because they're assholes, they weren't raised right, or whatever else. And so they act like and they do horrible things. And what ends up happening is that after they do something really bad to one of these girls, what they do is that in order to basically do damage control, they ostracize this girl from the entire group and from the entire community. There's a big problem that we have on the internet where, because there are some women who lie about experiences they've had with men, like, for example, like that DoorDash girl. Like, that DoorDash girl really does a tremendous disservice to every other woman out there whenever she's talking about being sexually assaulted when she recorded a man without his consent and posted it on the internet, again, without his consent, while he was naked. And so that, like, somebody sees that story and it starts to train the public into believing that, oh, well, these things are lies or they're not true. But I'm not saying that they're always true. I'm not saying that they're always not true. You should look at the facts and the evidence surrounding it.
Okay, but then where's the evidence though? You said you should look at the facts and the evidence surrounding. Where's the fucking evidence, man? How you gonna make these? How you gonna make these statements out your own goddamn mouth and agree with somebody with no fucking evidence? Crazy, right?
I don't know what to do anymore.
Crazy take,
When
right?
it comes to streaming, we
Bro, he is correct. But the whole point is he's missing. There is no evidence. There is no proof. There is nothing out here that's saying, okay, we got this dude. He really did this. And then also, if he did do it, why did you not file a police report? Get this dude off the street so it doesn't happen to nobody else. See, that's the issue that we're running into. Bro, it sounds too. This sounds way too made up, bro. It sounds way too made up, and only a goofball will believe some shit like this.
don't often attach the same power dynamics in the streaming world that we do to, let's say, acting and music, but there are still power brokers in the streaming world. There are still content houses. There are still certain streamers that wield and deal a lot of power, but it's not as easily identifiable as the acting industry or as entertainment, right? In acting is transactional, it's direct. Hey, you sleep with me, I'll give you this gig. Hey, you turn a blind eye to me SAing you when you was blacked out drunk, I'll make sure you get this role on this TV series, on this hit TV show. With streaming, is not really as direct, right? There are people who control relationships, who got collabs. There are content houses, certain people, and they have a lot of power in this, and they can kind of make or break your streaming career. To be honest, because streaming, right? There's really no gatekeepers in streaming. You can turn on a computer and start streaming to 0 people. People believe that there's no power. No.
But that's the whole point, bro. Who's gonna back up? Who's gonna back up a person who's out here essaying women? That's what you not getting. Ain't nobody gonna back up that. Like, I understand it now. If you're saying that you will back that up, that's a crazy take, because you should be thinking that as who would back up that, because no one, like, if you're hanging out with dudes like that makes me think that you're hanging out with dudes that do shit like that, because who's gonna back that up? Nobody's gonna back a nigga out here essaying women and being like, oh, it's cool because he the homie. No, get this nigga locked up. He don't need to be around my kids. He don't need to be around my women. He don't need to be around my sisters, my auntie, my mom. The fuck?
No, the dynamics here exist. And her expressing some type of fear or anxiety that she will get blackballed and ostracized and thrown out the industry and won't be able to do any more collabs if she comes forward against Tylil is very real. Like she said, when this situation here happened and she confronted Tylil, she was receiving threats of being blackmailed and blackballed from the industry. And I think for the most part, that's wrong. That's not cool. Now, it'll be interesting to see, though, how other people in this community react to the situation. Because if they come out and they say, hey, I'm not really trying to collab with her, I just don't want to also be accused of anything, bro. I don't know what happened with her and Tylil. I just don't want to be involved. Tylil don't even have to make that call. But if those people, if that's how they react, and let's say DDG or this,
I'm gonna tell y'all. One of the worst takes, if y'all Tylil homies, one of the worst takes y'all can ever have is Tylil didn't do it. He don't even get down like that, bro. That's the worst take, bro. Stop saying that. That's not a good take. That's not anything that you can put on somebody's behalf and people gonna believe you. They're gonna think you back in your mans, bro. Just, the best thing you can do is have proof, bro. Like, That's the only thing he can have. That's I feel like with situations like this, you got to let your homie fight his own battle. Because once the homies start jumping in, then it start really looking crazy. Because now it seems like y'all trying to, um, protect his name, protect his clout, protect his image. But when situations like this happen, you need to let him speak up for himself. Let him bring out the proof. Let him bring out the punches. Let him show people like, hey man, this didn't really happen. And because this looks so bad. This looks so bad. And the simple fact that she said that she was getting blackballed, and then you got a couple of his homies out here, saying she's lying and shit. It looks bad, bro. It looks bad, bro. It just looks bad. I'm not gonna lie.
Jay and others say, yeah, I'm not really trying to collide with you, bro. That situation is just too messy. I don't know if you're lying or telling the truth. I don't want to also be accused of anything. I'm just not going to do it. Tylil don't even have to make that call. If other streamers refuse to do streams with her, it's still going to validate her concerns and accusations, and people will automatically assign.
What I'm trying to say is, I get what you're saying, but usually birds of a feather flock together, right? Usually that's people you usually clicked up, but every streamer isn't the same. There's not every streamer in the industry is not picking side, bro. If the information come out, Tylil's out here SAing women, bro. Trust me, he's going to be hung up on a rack. It's going to be end of his career, bro. And that's what you're not getting, bro. So this is the first woman who came out and said this, and this shit went wild, crazy, and everybody found this out. How many times has this statement comes up, and how many times have we found proof that he was doing it? Like, this is what we need to be getting into, the bottom of the bottom. We just surface level digging just to bring up some information to make this man look bad. It's crazy.
That to Tylil. They will automatically accuse Tylil of making those calls behind the scenes and blackballing her.
No wonder a Diddy joke struck a nerve. When a person does something problematic like this, what you should do is you should look at the pattern of behavior. And I think this is really important to think about. And this is it's just basic critical thinking, right? Is that if somebody has a pattern of behavior that is repeatedly problematic, then the probability is that they're probably doing something bad again.
And that's what I said.
So this is the same guy. I'm going to just preemptively turn it down.
Relax. Wait, hold on, wait. Relax. Wait, hold on, wait.
That's weird. That's really weird. I'll tell you that. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. That's real weird. So this is the same dude. This is the same guy. Who's gonna tell Tylil he can't do that to women? Yeah, exactly. Like, that's another girl.
The internet is forever, man. And I hope that Shay Frost is watching this too, bro. Because the Shay, now you see why you can't really.
Yeah, but that does make that see that this is one of those times where. Bro, this is why you gotta protect your image, bro, and you gotta really watch what you do on camera, bro. And this is why I'm super strategical with what I said. Like, even when I start doing content with people, I'm gonna be super strategical how I react, how I do things, how I go about, reactions, because your image is all you got, and just one false accusation like this can really fucking ruin your career. And it makes it look really crazy when they're bringing up moments like, first with his sister, they bring up his sister moment, then they're bringing up this right here, and this right here looks very wild, because in the background you can hear the girl say, she said, wow, relax, and this nigga just did a powerful hump. It just swung for humped her. Come on, bro. Like, you can't be doing all that, man. It just makes you look wild. It makes your image look wild. Like, it just makes you look thirsty. It makes you look like you ain't getting no pussy, bro. It just makes you look wild, bro.
Do no girl content like that, bro. All that super thirsty, super fiend out girls is gonna come back and backfire.
And this is what I'm saying, bro. Like, I like this is the precise. And this is why I want y'all, like, these y'all young. This is why I do this. I do this mainly for the young people. Y'all young people, hear me out. This is why you cannot believe in all your favorite streamers are on. Why? Bro, if they own, bro, like you said, it shouldn't be that hard for them to get some, like, get some a piece of ass, bro. Like, it be looking like these niggas be struggling sometimes. And then when these type of shit come out, and this is no offense, I'm not talking about Tylil. When these type of shit comes out, when they talk about somebody is essaying or somebody's doing something super vile to somebody, What can you say? You can't even say nothing, especially when they got videos out here with them looking crazy like that, bro. Man, what I'm saying, bro, you don't have to be famous to protect your image. I'm just saying that at all costs. It doesn't matter if you're famous or not. Protect your image. Protect how people see you as a person. Because once people start seeing you as this vile, deceitful, nasty human being, there's no way you can come back from that.
When you get accused of something, you have damn near a stockpile of nothing but clips of you kind of teetering across that line from scaring the hoes to you on some weird
Facts.
essay.
That's
Now, that
facts.
particular clip, man, I'm not defending Tylil at all because you guys already watched like all that.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. It just makes it look like you thirsty, bro. It makes it like you can't get no hoe. Like that's all it makes. Like those videos, it does. It makes you look wild. Yeah, it does. Makes people lean into the essay. Why? Because it makes it like you can't get no hoes. Especially after you do that, and the girl said, "Wow, relax, chill out." You guys got to remember the reason why I say this is because a lot of these niggas be clicked up, right? But the star of the show is Kai Cenat. The star of the show is DDG. That's who really these women, when they come, that's the first thing they're looking at, the prize. That's all. Oh, who's the prize? And they looking at it. So they trying to save their image, right? But at the end of the day, bro, it's just like you got to save your image. Because you doing this type of shit, moving walkie like that, you know, looking crazy out here on the internet. You got niggas who can just throw any narrative on it, spin it their way and throw it out and get millions of views. And guess what? People gonna eat that shit up all day.
Like, I'm not defending him at all. But that particular clip to me isn't evidence that Tylil will grape somebody. It's evidence that maybe he's a little overzealous, right? You know, he has scaring off the hose energy.
Flacco's crazy. He said he got scared off the hose energy. That's crazy, bro. That's a crazy take. Fuck, man.
No. Is Jordan Pauline's account of what happened some damning evidence that Tylil would do? Yes.
Listen, like I said, bro, I don't choose no side. I'm not gonna choose Tylil's side. I'm not gonna choose her side, bro. I'm gonna keep it 100 a beam, bro. I have no alliances in the industry. I'm me. I'm Big Bro Q. I'm gonna spit the facts the way I see it. If you don't like it, you're gonna have to find somebody else that's gonna spit it the way you wanted them to tell you. But this is coming out of my mouth, so I'm gonna have to spit it 100% truthful, bro. This shit does not look good on both sides. This doesn't look good on her side because she has no proof. She didn't go to the cops. She has no evidence. She didn't take no pictures of anything, you know. She just has her word. And then this looks bad on his part because you got videos of him doing all type of crazy ass like actions on stream towards women that can be look forceful. And then you got his sister situation that this nigga brung up that makes it even look even worse, bro. It looks bad on both sides, bro.
Her story is believable. She don't really have any clear-cut reason to lie.
But she do. But she do because it's her image. Her image, bro. A lot of women look at women who's home wreckers like failures. They don't fuck with home wreckers. Like you think, bro, that shit is real. So yeah, and then also she don't want to be looked at like, you know, a woman who just going out here sleeping with niggas that's in a relationship. That's a bad rap itself.
Y'all gotta really watch what y'all do on this internet, man. This stuff lasts forever.
That's why I said
That's
pattern
facts.
of behavior. I might be spitballing, but can that be considered essay? But can't that be considered? I mean, like, whether it can be or not in the eyes of the law, like, from a layman's perspective, he is assaulting her and it's of a sexual nature. Why is it that Kai's friends are, 90% of Kai's friends are bad? Well, I mean, he's got, like, Kai has, like, 10 people in the room and one guy is doing something bad. Now, I think that you're right that Kai, like, I feel bad for Kai because he's had so many instances where he's brought friends on and you can say that it's his fault and everything. And maybe, and to an extent, it is his fault, right? Like, I don't think that it's not his fault at all. But what I'm trying to say is that, you know, it's not him doing that, right? Keep in mind, this is in front of an entire audience, right? So imagine what somebody like this does behind the scenes. Very, very, very.
And then that's the issue. See, Asmon Gold just hit the gold out of all of it. If he's doing that type of shit in front of the camera, imagine what he's doing off the camera. And see, when people start putting that type of shit on your name, it makes you look wild, and you can't come back from that. Especially with somebody like Asmon Gold reacts to your video, and he stamps that right there, and he said, if they doing that on stream, imagine what they're doing off stream, bro. That looks bad. It does look bad, bro. Like I'm so sorry, because it looks so horrible that you can't even do it. Like you can't deny it, bro. You can't deny it, bro.
Very weird behavior.
And if you come in here looking for,
I'm not saying it looks bad. Like, you can't deny the SA boom is what I'm saying. You can't deny it. It does not look bad. It looks very bad, bro. It looks like, man.
responses, looking for me to add on any drama, please just see your way out.
Yeah.
So it's a wonderful time of the year.
It's Christmas, so I didn't commit sexual assault. There's a lot of SA Andes.
That Tylil clip, as y'all just saw, was before this. It was before this. He hasn't hopped on stream ever since Jordan Pauline accused him of doing this. But now you have people using old clips, taking things out of context. Yo, at this point, bro, Tylil got to speak soon, or else the jury is gonna make a decision.
And that's one and that's one of the things that sucks about it. It's just like people want to be you so bad they start making responses for you. They start cooking up responses. Somebody found one of his old videos where he was saying some shit, and they put it out as if it was a new video, and it sounds like he's speaking on the situation that recently happened. See, and this is why I said, bro, protect your image at all costs, because that's all you got. Like the only name you have to yourself is your name. Why would you want your name tarnished? Do you know people sue for getting their name tarnished? Bro, don't let people tarnish your name. Don't let your name be ran down over some vile shit like this if it did not happen. Why? Because then it's gonna make it hard for you. You're gonna have to be on the register list. You know, you can't be around kids. You can't be around. You know, you gotta let everybody know that you move. When you move into these neighborhoods, you gotta let everybody know that you move around, that you are a sex offender. It's just so much shit that you gotta do. It's just not worth it. It's just not worth it, bro.
The verdict of public opinion is going to come down if he don't speak soon. What I would say, and I made a
what I would say is, bro, cook up. Like, I wouldn't say respond soon. Like, I understand people want you to respond soon, but a fast response is not the best response. Response, you got to give yourself time to think about what you're gonna say and actually think about it before you cook up. And and when you cook up, bring some proof. Bring some proof. That's all I can say. If you bring proof that some of the shit that she's saying is out of whack, cook.